strawberry, what do you want to see? You want to see the flower of strawberry? The target is many fruit, right? If you go strawberry. So where the fruit come from? Where the fruit come from? Flower. When you grow the plant, you have to know what the factor that stimulate the plant to flower. After flower, you can control them to get the fruit. After you get the fruit, how to control them to get the big size, something like that. So flower induction and initiation is the important step. If you did not know about the factor that is effect to flower, you cannot control them. There are many factors affecting flowering, depend on plant species, such as day length or photo period. Photo is mean light, period is mean it's like a length. So when I say photo period, do you know about the phenomena about the photoperiodism? Can divide the plant into 3 groups: short day plant, long day plant, day neutral plant. You heard about this before?
Yes.
Yeah. Please give me some example. What kind of plant they will have the flower when they when you grow them under the short day? In Thailand, which month is shortest day?
Cool season.
Yeah, cool seasons. During December,
No.
January, and then you can imagine what kind of plant that you see in Thailand have the flower during December, November, December, January. Sometime in up to the middle of February. How about long day plant? This month in Thailand is longest day. This month in Thailand is the longest day. Do you know? During on May or June. So next month, the day is like a sunlight and sunset. Sunlight is maybe around before 5 a.m. and sunset around almost 7 p.m. something like that. So in Thailand is not clearly about the day length like in European country or in United States. I have some experience one time visit the Czech Republic during on May. You know, that is sunlight is around 4 a.m. and sunset, let's say around 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. So day length during that time is a long day length. You can see the short day plant will be a long day plant have the flower during that time. And how about day neutral plant? If you want to know this plant is day neutral plant, short day plant or long day plant, how to prove it? If you want to know how to prove it, which plant is short day, long day, and day neutral plant? So I will talk later. The second factor is water deficiency, lack of water. Some plant, mostly, not mostly, some plant like a mango, durian, lime, or lemon. You need to let them lack of water, and then it will be have the flower. And also in ornamental plant like a bougainvillea. Do you know about bougainvillea? In our university, so many bougainvillea. Hey, everyone, you still with me? Do you know about bougainvillea? Hi. Bougainvillea is phương phá. Bougainvillea is phương phá. So they need lack of water before flowering. You can see during the dry season. In our university, bougainvillea is booming. If the rainy season, you will see more than leaf, more than the flower. And the third factor is low temperature induce the flowering like a cherry blossom, sakura, and tulip, lily. This is most of them is temperate plant, like an apple, peach. They require the low temperature. How about full sunlight? Full sunlight or highlight intensity? This is most of them is flowering plant like a maligo, sunflower. If you go sunflower in the indoor, you could not see the flower. Or sometimes you can see, but it's too small flower. Okay. The second step is flower development. This is the stimulate from the leaf to apical meristem. This is we will change apical meristem to vegetative to flowering, and then the flower can develop. Thus, if you want to get the fruit, you need to pollination. The pollination is the act of transferring pollen grain from the male anther of the flower to the female stigma. Maybe the same flower, different flower but the same plant, different flower or different plant but the same cultivar. We call self-pollination. You cannot get the new variety if you pollinate the flower in terms of the tree crop. So if cross pollination, this is you can pollinate the plant different cultivar. You will get the cross pollination. Sorry, I will show you some video. So this is an example of pollination and fertilization. This is the fertilization that you talk about, the double fertilization, especially in the angiosperm, like a flowering plant. In case of gymnosperm, like a pine, this is will be cone-bearing plant or naked stick. So in this case, we will talk more about the angiosperm plant because this is important for agricultural production in the world. Angiosperm reproduction that you see in the video already about how to get the seed or how to get the fruit. This is the like a enter for the male flower, and for the female flower have the stigma. You can use the technique of the pollination and fertilization to get the fruit. After that, after fertilization, the fruit is will be setting. So if it's not all flower develop into fruit, true or not true? Please type your answer in the chat. I will correct your the score from my talk and send to the Professor Alisala. Just type your answer. When I say that not all flower develop into fruit, this is a true or not true. Just like your answer in the chat, you can type it. You can type the answer. I asked you about not all flower develop into fruit. This is a true or not true. Okay, you can type. So, because of the flower or the fruit, I mean a small fruit, is contain plant hormone inside the fruit or inside the flower. So the plant is will be have the like an optimum level of the fruit setting. Let's say the mango tree. Do you see the flower of mango? It's like too many. Let's say in 1,000 flower, but you get the fruit just only 200, something like that. It's like 80% of flower is really job. When you get the small fruit, it's not exactly you will get all the fruit because there are so many factors affect on the fruit set and fruit growth and development also. So after the fruit set, the fruit is become bigger because of the fruit growth and development. After that, true fruit and associated tissue begin to grow. So food move from outer parts into fruit tissue. Do you know what is the food in terms of this meaning? What is the food? Please type your answer in the chat.
Is it endosperm?
I don't know what the meaning of food. It will be moved from the outer plant, the outer parts of the plant. It will be moved from the leaf, I mean mature leaf. Do you know about the salt and zinc? Salt and zinc. You type here. Salt and zinc relationship. What is the part of the plant that is the salt? This part is the salt. This part is the sink. You can imagine about when the food is really set, it's small food. So I will show you the picture later in the slide 18. I have to make sure that you know about the food, what the meaning. After fertilization, the food it will be set. After that, they need the food to develop or to grow, to let the food is become big size. Hormone from the seed and food is effect on the food growth. Such as, do you know about plant hormone? How many plant hormone? How many plant hormone? How many kinds of plant hormone? Do you know about auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin? For the plant hormone, it's very important. Like a human, we have hormone also. The plant also have the hormone plant hormone. In every stage of growth and development, plant hormone is involved in each stage of the plant. So the source in the plant is mean the leaf, mature leaf, can produce sugar. The food is mean photosynthesis or sugar. It will be translocate from the other parts of the plant into the food. Why they translocate the food from the other parts? Do you know about the photosynthesis and respiration? If you did not answer, you can type your answer in the chat, and then I will correct your answer to give you some score. So let's see the tomato fruit development. This is the flower development. It will be have the flower initiation and then flower development into the antithesis or open flower, and have some pollinator like a bee to transfer the pollen to the stigma, and then the flower is become the fruit set in the small fruit. Every stage is very important, because if you want to get the product, it's like a fruit. It will start from the good quality of flower, and then fruit set. How many percentage of fruit set? If you have the 100 flower, at least you need to get the 20% of the fruit, at least. And then the fruit is become grown and develop until mature site and ripening. So this is I will talk about fruit ripening. In fruit ripening and senescence, the plant hormone that's involved in fruit ripening is ethylene. Do you know about the plant hormone? Let's say no and don't know. I will explain more. You don't know plant hormone, okay? 5 plant hormone, right? That is exactly. Plant hormone is auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin, ethylene, and plant growth inhibitor like abscisic acid or ADA. If you talk about a plant growth regulator, it will be have the 6 group. if you say the pan hormone is will be have the 5, why pan growth regulator have the 6 group? Because the group number 6 is pan growth retardant. The pan cannot synthesize this group. The human can synthesize this group. It's like a paclobutrazole. We use a lot of this kind of hormone or pan growth regulator to control the flowering of mango. So, in the ethylene is involved in food ripening because it will change the color. Let's say the banana, when it's raw fruit, it's the green color. When they become the ripened, the color it will change to yellow. So ethylene is a hormone that is only one hormone is the status in the gas. For the other one is liquid. But for ethylene is gas status. So nowadays the farmer they use ethylene gas for stimulate the food ripening of the climacteric fruit. You cannot use ethylene to stimulate food ripening in non-climacteric fruit. You can use ethylene in case of if you want to control the color that you can use. Nowadays the farmer they use the etifon. Etifon, I will type here. Etifon, this is a liquid status of they can release ethylene gas. So the farmer they use this kind of chemical to stimulate food ripening in banana, mango, durian for exporting. So they can control the quality. It's like the color of skin of the fruit. Let's move to the strawberry. For strawberry fruit growth and development, and I will show you the ripening stage. Normally the farmer will be harvest this stage because it's easy to transport to the other place. But the one that is very delicious is this one. This stage is the ripening completely. So this is too sweet. After this stage, it will be fruit senescent. It will be lost the waste, and also it's easy to decay and have some hormone. It's like ethylene is will be occur from this stage. Ethylene, you can see this is increased ethylene production. So every step of the fruit growth and development, from the fruit set until fruit ripening, until fruit senescent, is involved in pan hormone. Mostly, if you see the strawberry, when you buy some strawberry, the fruit shape is will be changed. Fruit shape is depend on the seed, or we call echine. This one. In echine contain a lot of auxin. Auxin, if you move echine from the fruit, in this area it cannot enlarge. So the fruit the shape will be like a not too oval. So sometimes the experiment will be use some auxin replace the seed to enlarge the fruit size. And some fruit contain in the seeds contain gibberellin. Let's see the grape. When you eat the table grape, they contain the seed. And if you eat some grape that is a seedless grape, sometimes the seedless grape is too small fruit. because it's lack of the gibberellin salt, because gibberellin is inside the seed. Gibberellin, cytokinin, and auxin are stimulate growth of the plant. So the farmer they can apply the fungicide from the apply the exogenous hormone or plant growth regulator to the plant. So this is overall about the plant life cycle and plant growth and development from the seed to the seed. Before I move to the factor affecting growth and development, I will ask you, do you have any question? If you have no question, I will continue my talk. Okay. Factor affecting growth and development depend on three things. I divided into the two groups. Internal does include the genetic, plant hormone, enzyme. External is include environment, cultural practice. So if you want to know about your plant is will be growth or not, it will be depend on the genetic and environment and also cultural practice. This slide is very important. When I transfer my knowledge to the farmer, I will emphasize in this slide because if you grow the plant growth is depend on genetic. If you get the good variety of the plant, that is the first thing you need to think about that. The second, even you have the good variety, but you did not to control environment. The variety that is like a limited in the environmental factor. Or sometimes I will give you some example. If you and your friend grow sunflower, the same good variety and environment, but different in applied fertilizer. What happened with your plant and your friend plant? You apply fertilizer, but your friend never to apply fertilizer. You will get the big size of flower, but your friend maybe small flower, something like that. That is we call cultural practice. Even you grow the same variety, the same environment, but different in cultural practice. The product that is very low product. This is you can use after you graduate from this university and become to do some business about the plant production. You have to think about these three things. So for genetic factor affecting plant growth and development, what signals trigger this gene? We believe that it includes growth regulator like a plant hormone, inorganic ion, coenzyme, environmental factor like a temperature or light. So therefore, genetics direct the final form and size of the plant. Let's say if you buy some the strawberry stolen is mean like a stem of strawberry. When you want to grow them, you buy some the seedling of strawberry. This genetic of strawberry, the fruit size or the fruit shape is like a round shape, not fat shape. When you grow them, you will get the round shape, not fat shape, but smaller or bigger depend on environment. Like you can control the temperature, you can control the light. Moreover, how to apply fertilizer to get more sweet or sweeter, something like that. So this is can altered by the environment and cultural practice. Mango, when you see this picture, it's like the same plant species, Mangifera indica. What signal figure? This is the, you have to think about mango is annual plant or biannual or perennial. Why you have to know about plant life cycle? Because if you know about plant life cycle, you can control them. Genetic is the same species. It's like a Mangifera indica. It's a okay, you know now it's perennial. And herbaceous or woody plant, this is woody plant, right? Even the same species, but there are different variety or different cultivar. Some species you need to eat in when they ripen. Some species you can eat them like a long fruit. Rose, you can answer me. This is annual, biannual, or perennial. I want to hear someone talk with me. Rose. Rose. This is annual, biannual, or perennial.
Perennial.
Yes, perennial. Perennial. Herbaceous or woody plant. Herbaceous or woody plant.
Woody plant.
Yes, woody plant. Woody plant. Sometimes in the European country they grow the rose is up to 100 years. The fruit, the stem, the tongue is very big and it's very hard to cut it. So you can divide, you can identify the plant. It's easy to cut or not. If it's difficult to cut, it's most of them always the woody plant, something like that. And how about this one? Orchid. Dendrobium orchid is the number one Thailand export, the number one in the world. Wow, the jungle in KU. This is annual plant, biannual, or perennial.
I don't know.
Perennial. This one perennial. Herbaceous or woody plant. This is herbaceous perennial. Herbaceous perennial. Mostly is woody plant, woody perennial, but this one is herbaceous perennial because they can have the flower many years, sometimes up to 20 years. 20 years for the European orchid. How about cucumber? Vegetable. Is annual, biannual, or perennial? Cucumber.
Annual.
Yes. And herbaceous. So, I will continue to the cultural practice because I talk about genetic already. Like I show you the some example about mango. That is perennial, woody perennial. And rose and orchid is flower crop or flower plant. And cucumber is vegetable. So this is different genetic. So when you grow the plant, you have to know the genetic of the plant or the plant kind. I skip the environment because this is the main focus to this topic is environment. So I will talk about the cultural practice. cultural practice, for example, like irrigation, fertilizer application, canopy management, weeding, um, weed control, pruning, and fruit packing. Irrigation. There are many methods of irrigation. It's like a sprinkler, drip irrigation, mini sprinkler, and you can use a watering can or the pipe to water it. Pruning. You can cut the stem or the branch to control the shape of canopy. Pruning actually we use for the fruit crop production, like a mango, durian, rambutan, apple. Most of them you need pruning if you want to get the flower or to get the fruit. Fertilizer application. Fertilizer application. Nowadays we use some fertigation. Do you know about the fertigation? Fertigation. What's the meaning of fertigation? You can guess it. What's the meaning of fertigation? It's come from fertilizer and come from irrigation. This means you apply fertilizer with water. It's like this one. You can apply fertilizer with the water in the system of this irrigation. I do. If you use fertigation in this system, what happens? You may be lost fertilizer. But in this case, it's too much. You can choose the fertigation from deep irrigation. It's better. So, I will give you some homework assignment. This is how different between two plants. This is banana and this is mango. You have to do some homework, how different between two plants, because up to now you learn more about the plant life cycle, about the shoot growth pattern. You can talk about the banana and mango in terms of this topic. When you see this is the same state or not between banana and mango. Let's answer together first. This is woody perennial. How about banana? Banana is biennial. This is different thing. The second thing is how it's different. Banana have a fruit now? No. And mango have a fruit. So you can say this kind of plant in the state of fruit growth and development or reproductive state, or this is a vegetative state or something like that. You can say anything that you want to say when you want to compare between banana and mango from this slide. Okay, this is how many homework right now that I give you. Can you tell me? You can chat if you did not answer. If you don't want to show your voice, you can type it. How many homework that I give you now? You can type the answer. So let's move to the important factor affect plant growth and development. That is environment. We talked genetic already, cultural practice, And now I will focus on environment. When you talk about the environment, what do you think? Temperature, CO2, humidity, light, anything else? You can try the answer. So there are so many, but I will just focus only light, temperature, water, and gas. Because when you say in Thai, we always say like, okay, when you want to go to Japan, you need to know the Nam Lom Phai. The Nam Lom Phai is like for the soil. Water, then is soil. Nam is water. Lom is mean gas. Phai is mean light. But in this case, I will talk about light, temperature, water, and gas. Let's start from the light. Source of light. There are two sources of light. The first is solar radiation, and the second is artificial light source. So in Thailand, we for the agricultural production in Thailand, we use solar radiation more than 90% for production. But in European country, like in the Netherlands, they use artificial light source because I have one or two time experience spend time in the Netherlands during November. 3 weeks, just with 3 days. The light exposure like a full sunlight whole day. Almost 20 days is a cloudy day. So the farmer they use artificial light. How about in Thailand? When you think about the agricultural production in Thailand, they use artificial light source. What kind of agricultural business? Can you give me some example for artificial light? Hey everyone, you still with me?
เขาถามอะไรหรอ
Maybe LED.
Yes, LED. What kind of the agricultural production they use LED?
Vegetable.
Vegetable. In Thailand, mostly in the tissue culture laboratory, we use the artificial light. So I will nowadays in Thailand we think about the pan factory. Do you know about pan factory? We grow the vegetable under LED that you say. But in the past time we have no idea about the pan factory. But nowadays we have the knowledge about pan factory. We use artificial light to produce the pan under LED light source. So before you can use the light, you have to know about the light colors. Okay.
What about hydroponic system?
Hydroponic system, they did not use artificial light source. They can go in the greenhouse. They can go in the greenhouse on the field. So for the light characteristic, for plant growth and development, I divided into three characteristics. The first is light quantity, let's say light intensity, or like a number of photon or energy, how strong the light. If you compare in the morning until in the evening, whole day, strong sunlight will be allowed 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That is high light intensity. That is the meaning of light quantity or light intensity. The second is light quality. Light quality, let's say like a color or wavelength. This is nowadays the we have so many light color to use. It's like a red light, blue light, white light. And the third one is light duration, like a photo period or day length. In light intensity, it will be effect on root and true tone and branching. If you go the pan under shading and you go the pan under the full sunlight, you can see how about morphology of the plant. This one is more bunching. This one stem elongation, no bunching. Under shading or under full sunlight.
Under shading.
Yeah, under shading. Under shading is more bunching or less bunching. Under shading. Your answer. If you go to pant under shading, how about the pant morphology? Then you compare under the full sunlight. This one is more compact. Under full sunlight, it will be more bunching. If under shading, the light is not enough, so the pan is the pan that is love full sunlight, like a fruit crop, mango or sunflower, like a flowering. For the light quality, it will be effect stem extension and flowering. For light duration, it will be affect the flowering, that is divide the pan into 3 groups, short day, long day, and day neutral pan. And also this will be effect on dormancy. When we talk about light intensity, this is you need to understand about this figure. This is light intensity. We talk about the PAR. PAR is mean photosynthetically active radiation. You can find out the answer in the Google. What the meaning of PAR? PAR is I will talk here later. Light intensity, and this is a net net CO2 uptake. This means net photosynthesis. When you increase the light intensity, the net photosynthesis is really increased until photosynthesis equal respiration. Photosynthesis is CO2 uptake. Respiration is CO2 release. So this is a reverse equation between photosynthesis and respiration. This point we call light compensation point. After that, when you increase light intensity, net photosynthesis is really increased up to maximum of net photosynthesis. We call this point light saturation point. This means light intensity, that is provide the maximum of photosynthesis. After you increase light intensity more than the light saturation point, net photosynthesis will be not increased anymore. So to point, this is important to produce the pan under the control the light. Control the light. Like if you want to build a pan factory in your home, you don't want to grow the pan outside. You want to grow your pan in your room. You have to know 2 points. Why? light compensation point is indicate the plant is will be die or can survive. If you go under the light compensation point, light intensity is lower than light compensation point, your plant may be die because it's not enough the food, photosynthesis. If you go the plant between light compensation point and light saturation point, the plant your plant will be gold. And this one is a maximum photosynthesis. If you go to pan more than this over light saturation point, that is not necessary. So if you want to go to pan and to get the yield, you have to go them between light compensation point to light saturation point. Compensation point is mean rate of photosynthesis equal rate of respiration. Amount of CO2 used equal amount of CO2 produced from respiration. Amount of oxygen produced from photosynthesis equal amount of oxygen used. So for respiration, the plant will be use oxygen to produce ATP or energy. So that's why it's important for the plant. Let's see the sun and shade plant. Sun-loving plant, like a vegetable, flowering plant, and fruit crop. Fruit plant, fruit species, they love the sun. You have to grow them outside. Shade loving, for example, like an ornamental plant, like a fern, this foliate plant, they love the shading. Fern, aglonema, and a monstera, philodendron, they love the shade. If you grow fern, monstera, philodendron in the full sunlight, the leaf will be burned like a sunburn. So if you grow the mango inside your room, but you did not use the artificial light, finally the plant will be done. So two kinds of group of the plant have the light compensation point and light saturation point different point. Let's say in the shading loving shade plant species, light compensation point and light saturation point is lower than sun-loving plant. If high light intensity, what happens? If you got a plant in the not appropriate condition, what happens? High light intensity will be show the symptom of the sunburn, photo bleaching, stunting, reduced leaf size. The leaf size is smaller, fading flower. So this is the symptom of eucoda plant. If you want to know this light condition is appropriate with your plant or not, you can observe the symptom of this plant. If you see some symptom like a sunburn, you can search on the internet. You can see the symptom of sunburn. Or Thai language we call tai nung. You have to move the pan to under the shading. How about low light intensity? If you put the pan that is too low light, what happens? It will be reduced flowering, weak, long thin stem, poor yield, it means low photosynthesis, and ejaculation, lack of light, is poor chlorophyll development. The plant will be show this kind of symptom. If you got a plant and then your plant actually is to be compact, but the stem is too elongate. Sunlight, United States, something like that.
Scary.
Eticulation. Eticulation, the meaning is a process in flowering plant that they grow in the partial or complete lack of light. You can see the characteristic of the plant is like a stem is long, weak stem, smaller leaf, and also the internodes is longer and pure yellow color. This is they exposed to the light. This is lack of light, like you keep them in the dark condition. So this we call eticulation. Eticulation. What kind of plant you can do like a eticulation? You know about sprout? Like you put on bead under lack of light, and then you can get the sprout. In the Netherlands that I talked before, they use for the agricultural production, they use the artificial light. They have the greenhouse. In the greenhouse, they put the light. It's like because you can see this is during November at 1 p.m. At 1 p.m. No more sunlight. So if you grow the plant under it's been the plant is maybe have between light compensation point and light saturation point. So if you grow them in the greenhouse, the light compensation point is maybe very low. The light intensity is not enough for photosynthesis. The light intensity is not enough for photosynthesis. Finally, the plant is really bad. So that's why they put some artificial light in the greenhouse to produce the plant. In this case, they grow the rose in the soil and use fertigation system fertilizer with water and use deep irrigation. So the artificial light in this case is for increasing light intensity. Increasing light intensity. Let the plant go under the over light compensation point. Sometimes they in the saturation point. Let them go faster. For light effect on the plant in the photosynthesis phenomenon. Photosynthesis is the direction of growth is determined by the direction of the light source. This is a positive photosynthesis in the tree. Negative photosynthesis is, let's say, in the fruit, or sometimes we call photosynthesis. Because inside the plant, especially in the tree, they contain oxygen. Oxygen is plant hormone. They oxygen will escape the light. For example, if you put a plant under the light density in this direction, oxygen will be moved from upper to lower. So let the plant go to side of the plant is go the same the cellular mass and cell elongation is equal. So that's why this truth is goes there. If the sunlight or the light direction from here, oxygen will be escape the light and move from this side to this side. So effect to the cell elongation because oxygen property is cell elongation, cell enlargement. You can see cell in this side is smaller than this side, and then the juice is will go to the right direction. You can see we call this area like a positive photochromism and negative photochromism. Let's say this is the because they go the pan near bigger and light deflection from here is wider than here. This is a darker. So the oxygen from this side move to this side, and then this side is go faster. So that's why the true direction is going to the sunlight. How about the light quality? Light quality is color or wavelength of the path of the light. So I talk about the PAR, P-A-R, PAR. PAR is mean photosynthetically active radiation. It mean visible light. The wavelength is from 400 to 700 nanometer. This is necessary for photosynthesis of the plant. They require visible light or the wavelength that is visible light that is white color, white light. It contain blue, green, yellow, red, 400 to 700 nanometer. In light quality, nowadays there are so many research regarding light quality of cathode and development. In this case, they try to grow tomato in the late condition. What happened? You can see they grow tomato inside the room that is controlled by LED. The leaf is become dark green and more curved and not smooth. Leaf is very large and the fruit very bright red color, and the canopy is very compact. For the internal is pretty shorter. So each wavelength is will be effect on the plant is different characteristic or different morphology. You have to, if you learn more in the, now you are second year or third year student, when you learn more, you will know about the red color, blue color. This will be effect on the plant. Okay, this is I just show you. Plant factory, you can go vegetable under the LED light source. It's like they try to use only red color, and in this case, red and blue color. When you see red and blue color, why have to use the red and blue color? Why they did not use green color? Because in the leaf contain chlorophyll pigment. Chlorophyll pigment will be absorbed red and blue, more red and blue light, more than the other wavelength. Let's say it's like a chlorophyll will be reflect green color to our eyes. So that's why we can see the leaf become green color. And sometimes they transmit the yellow color or yellow wavelength. So in the leaf contain a lot of chlorophyll pigment, and chlorophyll pigment absorb red and blue color for using for photosynthesis. So that's why they use blue and red color for growing the plant here. And for white color, it means every wavelength like a purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So this is a wavelength that's used for photosynthesis of the plant. That's why we will call visible light or white color photosynthetically active radiation or PAR or PAR wavelength. And also for tissue culture, the requirement not too much light intensity. Let's say it's just only 40 micromole per square meter per second. In full sunlight, if it's very clear sky, around 11 to 1 p.m., the light intensity around 2000 micromole per square meter per second. But for tissue culture, we use light intensity just only 40 micromole per square meter per second for plant growth and development in the tissue culture. So if you want to use artificial light, you need to save the energy. If you open the light all day, that means you have to lose the money to pay for energy to grow the plant. You have to balance or calculate income and have to calculate the budget, cost budget, and income that you will get. What kind of business that you can do by using artificial light source. And this is a NASA organization. They try to do some research about how to grow the flower under the artificial light. Finally, they can do it. The last one for light is light duration. For light duration, it means length of the light period or day length. Photo period or day length is you can see. This is a photoperiodicity as I called before. The nature which plant respond to photoperiodic cycles such as flowering can be divided into three groups of plants, like a chocolate plant or SD. This means chocolate plant is flower when the day length less than the critical photoperiod. Actually, when we talk about a critical photoperiod, let's say about 12 hours. But actually,